Why many people might accept a high-priced blueprint diet. Now, Brian Johnson, who has been on social media for a while and who is an American entrepreneur, recently created a diet, mostly for himself, but now he is also making the diet available, not for free, but for everyone. Now, I want to dive a little bit into price politics. First of all, we will take a look at this graph here, which he recently posted, and this is basically what will be available from January on. The first two packages will be available, and then we have the third package, which is coming in March. And second of all, I want to discuss a little bit of the budget and the framing, and maybe why many people might buy into this. So let's go back to me. If we assume that now many people follow Brian Johnson, and this seems to be evident by at least his followers on Twitter and also YouTube and also his views on YouTube, which are public. So therefore, we already know that some people are following Brian Johnson. Now, because there is already some interest out there for Brian Johnson and also for the Blueprint Diet, and also because this specific topic might be something many people are looking to solve, because there seems to be a suboptimal outcome for many people around here. And also maybe for me, I'm also trying to optimize at least this problem and optimize it at least to the point where it's actually optimized. Now, because there is therefore a really big need for something to be solved, actually, for this problem to be solved, and also because there have not been many very good approaches, I would say, in recent years, brought forward, because it is actually very difficult, as explained by Peter Attia, or it seems to be very difficult, as explained by Peter Attia, to do actual studies on diets. Mostly because of different factors, which I will now not go into. But I refer at this point to Peter Attia, MD, which is a doctor focused on longevity mostly. Now, I want to talk about budgets. And the first point, which I already pointed to, or towards, would be that these people are seeking very intensively for a solution for a problem that they have, which is health. And because health is not something that is basically infinite, many people are trying to solve this problem, and the older they get, probably the more they are trying to solve this problem. So therefore, the price point already could be higher a little bit. The next point now is this. The grocery budget of almost everybody is fairly high compared to other things. Now, if I want to sell a service that is actually $10 a month, so it could be $10, it could be also 10 euros a month, then I actually have to offer something. But if I now take an existing budget already and I say, hey, I have an alternative for this budget. Let's say someone already pays $50 for the gym or 50 euros for the gym. Then if I am offering a better option, then I'm getting this budget. And if I'm now offering an option that is actually not only worth 50, but maybe 500 euros. So let's say, okay, I am an average person and I pay about 500 in groceries. Now, this 500 might be not applicable to you, it might not be applicable to your neighbor, but just say, okay, it's 500. Now, these $500 or euros or whatever currency you are living with, what currency are you living with? These are basically made accessible as soon as you offer a better alternative to the thing you already have. And then everybody, because they're already spending this money anyway, is not so much thinking about, okay, but I'm spending now $500 on this. As soon as you solve this problem of nutrition better than what is currently basically the other alternative for this nutritional problem, which is usually solved with going to the grocery store or going out at a restaurant or getting food delivered or in some way, then you get access to this budget. Now, you also get access to a second budget, I would at least say, when it comes to the health crowd. With the health crowd, and also maybe people that are following Andrew Huberman, people who are following Peter Attia, they discuss supplements. These people online discuss supplements, and therefore many people might also already take supplements, whether it is creatine in order to improve strength and also maybe cardiovascular performance, whether this is omega-3 fatty acids in order to do lots of different things, because these fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, seem to have different benefits, or whether it's something like, so some people might also take something like curcumin, some people might even take but prescription drugs. So you not only get access to the grocery budget, but you also get access to the supplements budget. Now, there might be an even an even additional budget, which might be the health budget. So for people who already pay for private insurance and who Blueprint might offer an alternative in terms of insurance, maybe even for, they might also give this budget to Blueprint then. So, but firstly, I want to discuss, or mostly I want to discuss now here, that you as Blueprint, or Blueprint as a company, then basically has instant access to these two budgets. If a company provides these two things and provides them better compared to me, for example, because I lack education and I don't really know what supplements would actually be ideal for me. Therefore, a product like Inside Tracker would be something that would really be useful, because then it can tell me whether I should stop taking a multivitamin based on my blood work. I mispronounced this a little bit. So if I then have my blood values in there, and also maybe my resting heart rate, and also my sleep from the last 3 days, then maybe these decisions become more and more optimized, and therefore more and more also individualized. Optimized for the individuum, and not so much a cookie cutter approach, such as, okay, you just eat super veggie every single day. But maybe super veggie every single day is an approach that works for so many people, and therefore it would be the basis still. I don't know this. What I'm trying to say is that Blueprint probably, because it has access to both of these budgets, almost immediately will probably attract a few dozens, a few hundreds, maybe a few thousands even of customers who at least will try out whether this is something that works for them. A large factor that probably prevents many people from trying this is just the complicatedness of it. Not so much the complexity of it, because it is actually something most people probably can figure out. But then buying the right quantities of cauliflower, getting basically these very, very specific olive oils, getting maybe the specific cocoa, and then actually getting it in your country, and then maybe not paying 50 euros just for import tax, would be something that is a problem that is to be solved or needs to be solved. And by solving this with these 3 different packages, which Brian seems to offer, and which in the beginning already seem to be shipped to lots of countries, also including the European Union, for example, I think also Canada and the US, obviously, would then solve this problem and also replace these two different things people spend money on, which would be nutrition, and with health conscious people also supplements, and therefore already have a paying kind of base. In addition, of course, Brian Johnson might be a little bit of a polarizing figure, therefore maybe if you don't like him, then you don't like him anyway. But if you do like him, basically on the other end of the spectrum, then you like him very much and you tend to follow what he is putting out, or whether this is something that is a tweet or it is a nutty pudding.